You are live with the Rileys. Are we?
Let's try this again. Find your phone to make sure we're working. Please. And consider me a drink when you're out in there. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good midnight. Oh man, what a day. What a day. Let's see if we get anybody to join us today. So it says the low here today is 74. There she is. Lyridge, how are you? The low here today is 74. The high is 94, or 98 rather. Feels like it already. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Look at that, look at that. I'm cool as beans. Well, hopefully people will find us again. We had trouble with the headphones and the YouTube, and all of it was just giving us issues. So we came back here to my wife's office and decided to do a Streamyard instead of regular YT one. So hopefully this works out. These are my wife's fancy headphones that she uses when she's teaching class, and she told me not to twirl them and stuff so I don't mess them up. Thank you. Thank you. So welcome everybody. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Thank you for the support. This is a unannounced hello, an unannounced LS because we didn't know if we were going to be able to do one today, and all the issues we've had. Over here, look at us. Big E is in the house. So we had some talk going on. If you could switch up careers, whether it's now or you wish you could have, or whatever, job, career, whatever you want to call it. Would you? Could you? Should you? Oh man, sugar daddy in the morning. Pour some sugar on me. Yeah, that's the jam. I can't sing it too much because I'll get a copyright strike because they think it's the actual singer, Def Leppard, singing because I sing so good. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it. So the other topic that we're throwing out there today is, should we buy this Streamyard? We don't know how to use it very well. We don't know what we're doing with it. However, the 20 hours go by pretty quick that you get with the free sample. And we always got to keep worrying about, should we use it, should we not? You should do StreamYard, yeah. Why is that? Sometimes with StreamYard though, there's always people you don't want to bring up on your panel. You ever been that way? It's like, I don't want this slapjaw yokel to come up on my panel because he's just going to talk and talk and talk, and I got stuff to talk about. TT's in the house. Tropical Tim, welcome, my friend. So you're considering doing the preaching gig instead, huh? Well, that's good, man. Whatever floats your boat. I've actually preached at a church before, and mission field and stuff like that. So I'm always nervous. I'm not nervous to talk in front of a group, but I always get nervous when I'm about to share the word, if you will, and share my viewpoints, what I've learned and what I believe. Reverend TT, TV evangelist, yes. Send me 1995 and I'll bless this water, this tap water, and I'll send it out to you in a vial. Shipping and handling's $35.99. Oh man, yep. They do trip me out. Hello, good day. Okay, Gabrielle. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Yeah. So, Big E, I know you like using Streamyard. I believe that's what you always use. The Tropical Tim, you use Streamyard once a week on your Wednesday show. How do you like it compared to regular YouTube uh, live streaming? She is in the house. Shout out. Good night. Okay. Yeah. Hello. My wife is supposed to be in here eventually. I think she's trying to fix some tang. Oh, the guy with the pizza number. Okay. What is your phone number? Okay, pizza. Well, well, Pizza Hut is 876-7676. StreamYard all the way. I put it in the comments last night, but I think um, I was watching Tropical Tim stream, and it looked so good on there. The way he had everything set up, it looked like he was a professional broadcaster from way back in the day. I mean, he had all his tags and titles and stuff going across the bottom. I mean, it was pretty awesome. I was definitely digging it. Mike and May's Great Adventure. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing all the way from the States? You never know where they're going to be at. If you guys don't know my friends Mike and May, that is an awesome channel that I love following right there. About Time is in the house too. Look at that. About Time. Glad you're here, my friend. It's been a minute. I know you've commented on some videos and stuff since last we spoke, but yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen you. I like it just where it is tied now, at once a week. Yeah, should use because of lack of talkability. Yeah, yeah. That's where TT. That's where I think when I'm getting you know running out of words, running out of talk. I think that's definitely a positive for myself to use StreamYard. Others should never use StreamYard because of lack of entertaining skills. Depend on the individual. Yeah, I would agree. It haven't been much. I'm trying to get on more. Okay, about time. Hey, have you been working? I know you were in a skilled position. So didn't know if you're working about time during all this. She's saying hello to TT. Sorry guys, I'm on my wife's computer and that's never a good thing for me. It's like I'm looking for my mouse and her pad deal still works. Mine quit working, so I use the mouse. Let's see if I can do this. If I can do it. Hey, the spell check is on too. Sweet. I keep waiting to hear something. I've got these massive headphones on, so it's like I'm waiting to hear talkback or something. And nobody's up on the panel with me, so of course I can't hear anybody but myself talking. So my new headphones, my old ones crapped out, so my wife gave me some new ones. I'm pretty sure these bad boys are straight from China. I could not get them to work for nothing. I mean, I could hear sound out of them, but I don't know if it's got buttons and switches on here, so I don't know if I was not pushing the right one the right way, but nobody could hear me. So I had to kill my last live stream to reset up. My wife comes in and says, "Baby, you're doing good." She gives me a thumbs up, and leaves out. What what happened? So, all right, Streamyard. We're talking about should we buy? So it's I've talked to people which one they bought. There's a $39.99 one for the master plan, and then there is a $20 deal for the basic. And talking to some people that know a little bit about computers and what all the options are in this, they're saying the better deal of the two is the $20 plan. You get all the same options, you just don't have the ability to save as much um, of your like live streams, etc., onto the Streamyard platform. But you save it when you do a video or do a live stream, it goes onto YouTube anyway. So, they're saying, why would you want to? Shout out, Prince. How you doing, Prince? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, look at Big E. He is a StreamYard specialist. However, you see normal live stream because he also carry a show without inviting anyone up. Yeah, I agree with you. And I know we're not there as far as our setup for our live streams and stuff. We're not where we want to be at, and we're just, you know, considering. My wife has some gimmicks she likes to do on here. I have some things I like to do on here, and I just haven't. We haven't, you know, we haven't mastered anything. The hamsters, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Yes, it is good to have the freedom to go either way. Drop the 10, yeah. Welcome to hamsters. I was looking to see if you were doing a live stream. Uh, I've been trying to find you because I keep being afraid that I'm not getting my notifications. I usually get yours, the hamsters, but sometimes I don't. Tropical Tim, I got his, I preset for all his, so he's good. I'm on top of those. Only problem is his Saturday morning ones. I'm usually still in bed for. Hey, appreciate the thumbs up there. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I know I'm missing some comments there. Yeah, definitely that. I did not get a notification either. Just saw you online. Yeah, don't know what is up. Yeah, this is. We kept trying to get with. I guess her name is Erica today. Used to be R3, but now it's Erica about doing a interview, and we have not been able to lock one down yet, unless my wife knows something I don't. Um, so it's that hasn't happened yet, but we shall see what happens here in the coming time. Sorry, I got a little bit of distraction going on. Sounds like my wife's out there yelling for me. You can always tell right after I got out of the shower, my beard is just so curly. Hey, there's our fella that likes to talk about world events, but yeah, we're not talking about that today. So sorry, my friend, I'm gonna pass over. Bottom line, struggle to talk. Yeah, Eugenio use regular LS. Yeah, tropical temp. It's not that I dislike most of the people come to our channel or anybody else's channel, but some people, you know, will see them on an LS and they will try to overtake a person's live stream, and I guess it's happened um, many times to different people, and some people end up blocking or banning those people right out of their LS, and they're right on the screen with them, and yeah, kick them out, yeah, and I don't understand why people do it. Sorry, I think I'm gonna put somebody into some old timeout here. Because again, we're not talking about those current events at this point. But anyways, back to the topic. Have you guys? I know Tropical Tim story a little bit. Military, and then uh, different career. He went into a different career there. But as of like right now, has people considered changing up their career, their job, um, and if so, why? And uh, what is it? What are you looking to change? Hey, appreciate you coming in with the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Yeah. And if anybody does want to come up, I know I can share this. There it is. And there it is. And there it is. It's not a good idea to switch computers as often as I do. If you see me in this room, I'm on my wife's setup. I'm in the other room. I'm on my laptop that I'm comfortable with, but it's an old junker. It still uses diesel fuel. Oh man. Yeah, stay home, stay safe. Yeah, yeah. Gotta get some groceries sometime though. So I've switched up careers after I was well, I worked in retail management for many many years, and I decided to get out of retail, um, and I went into working for uh, FedEx, Federal Express. It was when I was having problems in my relationship, my first relationship there, marriage, and I decided to no longer be the boss, no longer be over so many people. If I wasn't handling stuff right, and I couldn't concentrate on my work, do my work correctly, uh, and run $1 million a month business, and my mind wasn't straight. So I got out of that position and went to work for FedEx. Worked there for a number of years, went through my divorce and all that good stuff, and then and remarried and did all that great stuff. With FedEx, I was able to take multiple times off where I could come to the Philippines and took advantage. They're also a considered an airline, so I worked for an airline, so I got airline prices on all my tickets and flights and all that kind of good stuff. But I worked for FedEx. Marcy was living in America with me, and then that's when I got hurt. That's work. A little pop in the back. You think, no, not a big deal. It happens often. And next thing you know, I'm laid up for months at a time. And after about a year and a half of going through therapy and all that great stuff that they put you through, they decided to cut me a check and let me go. Get rid of the old used up. So I took my little payoff and uh, went and sought out help on my physical problems through my own people. I was no longer under their supervision of who I could see and what I could do. So I sought out chiropractor, and he actually helped me out to get me to where I am today, to be able to walk and talk and do all that great stuff again. So I decided to change up my career. Of course, I was in retail management before FedEx, and then I went into FedEx, which I was a ramp agent and all that kind of good stuff. And that's a good one. I see I have someone in the back background, but have no idea who that might be. So yeah, if you like to show your face, I'd love to have you on the program. But oh, what in the mess? Yeah, all right. It's not happening. Uh, that's good stuff. Um, Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to figure out who this is. I have a couple ideas. Why is my shipping on Amazon canceled? Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, good midday. Yes, John Baker. Hello. Yeah, I bought John Baker. I bought one of those the inversion tables, and I used it in my back. I want you to do something for me.
Me?
Okay, I'm back. Having some issues there.
No.
You got some water or something?
There's no message.
You got water? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's eat dinner, guys. Hey, hamsters, you want to come up and show us what you're eating on? Yeah. Anyways, coffee, yeah.
Right.
Thank you. Here's my wife fixed me a big glass of Tang, minus Tangeray. I don't have any gin or anything to throw in this Tang. Yep, it's some Tang. Let's try this one again. My wife was in here, but she left out. I don't know if you guys heard my son. These are noise canceling headphones. So, um, I don't know what you guys can hear in the background or not, but my 6-year-old ran in here and he was announcing to the world. He had a big announcement. Hey, mom, I gotta poop. So, man, so many distractions. I'm not even in the living room where all the people run by and keep running around. I'm back here in the back bedroom, but I still get great moments just like that where my son runs in yelling at his mom that he needs to go poop. Oh man, lordy, lordy. Sean Williams is in the house. How you doing, Mr. Sean? Look at that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Surprise.
I thought, I might have to wait a little bit. Not for this, but for you to bring me up.
Right. Well, I seen you pop up. Somebody popped down, and I seen you pop up, so I went ahead and grabbed you up. So, how you doing this morning or midday? Guess it's been past morning by now.
Oh yeah, it's 12:39. What the hell? I don't even know.
Real quick, didn't it?
When you're retired, you don't look at time or a watch or anything like that. You just, when it's light out, it's daytime. When it's dark out, it's nighttime. That's about it,
Right, right, right. But
More so,
you still find
more
yourself
so,
getting up early, right?
yeah, more so when during this lockdown. But yeah, I
Yeah.
still get up early. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm up no later than 5, 6 is a real stretch, and that's going to bed at midnight or 1 o'clock. I might take a snooze in the afternoon, not much. Um, Cat nap, whatever you want to call it. Not even really a full sleep. Sometimes I'm all the way out and I'll sleep for an hour and a half, something like that, and that does me fine. So I go with what my body tells me to do, pretty much. I don't have a schedule, a set time, up, bedtime, up, nap time, up, get up time. No, whatever my body says to do, I do.
Awesome. Awesome.
So that's how I roll. Hapsta's in
Awesome.
the house.
Hey, you
Yep, she's gonna
guys.
show us what she's cooking on here.
It's peanuts. It's boiled peanuts.
Oh wow.
See?
Yeah, I still have some. Not none of those, but the Filipino peanuts out of the shell with
Yeah.
fried
Oh, yeah.
chunks of garlic.
Oh, those are good. Those are good.
Yeah, yeah, I love those.
Chunks.
Monet,
Manet.
Yeah.
Manet.
Monet. Yep,
Manet.
Yeah.
I love.
First time I heard somebody selling those, I rolled down my window. I was like, "This guy's trying to give us some money," so I'm about to roll down my window because that's money. He's handing out money.
Manet.
My wife slapped me like, "I know he's selling peanuts." And now I heard money.
Yeah,
Manet. How you, TT?
I'm good. Good. Just getting ready tonight. Not that there's been any freedom, but tonight is definitely the last night of freedom, if there is such a thing, because tonight begins 3 days of hard lockdown here in Tondo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I'm not even going to notice it because I don't go anywhere anyway. So I've snuck out. Let's see, I snuck out the second day of lockdown,
Uh-huh.
and I went on 2 Saturday morning live walkabouts. That's it. I take that back. I did go on one Pondisol run. So in the 46 days, now today's day 46, I've been out 4 times. Really, really, couple reasons. One, I was dying to test out my mobile Wi-Fi because I had just gotten it just before we went into lockdown. I'll say somewhere around, definitely not 2 weeks, maybe 10 days or so. I had it, but I hadn't created anything in my mind as far as, all right, let me go out and do a walk around live stream. But I knew it was forthcoming. So I had some plans and some things, some events planned. But before I got a chance, boom, lockdown. It's like, all right, what the hell? So I got itching, went out and did that a couple times, and they turned out really good. One Saturday they were both good. I mean, really good. And as far as IT issues wise, the first Saturday was awesome, brilliant, no issues. And the second one actually got booted off, and I didn't know if it was a mobile internet thing or if it was a YouTube thing, because sometimes YouTube will drop here even though your Wi-Fi is good. Because we've had that. I'd be watching, or she'd be doing something else on fiber optic, couple devices going, and I would have either my smart TV on or looking at my phone watching a video or doing something, and boom, the YouTube dropped, but the rest of the IT part didn't. So I know YouTube will drop here kind of the way Wi-Fi does. And the second time it actually kicked me out. Normally when you get kicked out, you can go right back on and it will say, offer you resume where you just left off. Well, yeah, it didn't offer me that. So I was scrambling. I was at the pre-tail market and said, oh my, it's not showing me that. I tried a couple different times. So I said, well, I just got to start up a new live. So I did. And then I even got kicked 2 more times that day. But in those instances, it offered me to resume where I left off. So that was instantaneous right back to it. So I don't know what happened on that day, but it still turned out good. But because of the rise in cases here, I guess, in the greater Tondo area, and it's pretty much barangay specific, not the hard lockdown. All of Tondo's going in hard lockdown, but some barangays are going up in cases where others are not. So they just decided to. But it hasn't really been hard. It hasn't been a hard enforce methodology here. You still see people, not as many as you would normally, but people still kind of hanging out, leaning on a telephone pole or electric pole, or they're out there, all the teenagers, especially the ones that live in the Inscanitas, the tunnels, the rat tunnels, as I call them, the Inscanitas. They come out because they don't get good reception because it's way deep in there, and there's so much brick and all this other stuff. They don't get good reception, so they bleed out into the open areas so they can do their little crap. And old people sitting there socializing off to the side and sitting on chairs, and again, not as many people walking the streets as normal, but enough where you kind of look at it, and then ones without masks, like, what the hell? I thought this was a quarantine. So it finally caught up and bit them in the ass. So now we're all going on a 3-day mandatory hard lockdown.
Right.
But again, I'm not going to notice it because I've been in here since March 15th anyway, pretty much, less my 3 different escapes, temporary escapes. So it'll come and go. Sunday will get here soon enough, so I'm not worried about it. We got plenty of food. She went one more time today to our Tale Papa, which is your small little neighborhood market, and picked up some wings. We're going to have wings tonight. She got a little bit more pork, some fresh veggies, a little bit of fruit. That's it. We have everything else. Our freezer and fridge and pantry is already stocked. So yeah, it's no big deal. We're still sitting on plenty of cash, so that's not an issue. She's got rice and fish, so for me, that's not an issue. You don't want to be locked down with a panai and there's no rice and fish, or
Oh no.
Tompo will find your ass real fast.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So you got to be smart about these things, honey. Go buy some fish. Here's 1,500 pesos. Go get what you need and stock up the freezer. Of course, here normally you don't. Normally you don't have to buy fresh meat, seafood, poultry. You don't have to because it's fresh every day. So one would think, well, why would you buy and stock a freezer? And I think it's just old habits never die. I'm used to stocking a freezer from being in the U.S. and, raising 5 kids. And, you went to Walmart or Kroger or your Publix or your favorite grocery store and you bought a whole bunch of meats because you didn't want to go every day. Here, everything's so close and everything's fresh where you can make that trip once a day to get fresh things like that. But this go around, when we knew this was happening, I went over there and dropped 1,400 pesos with her. I said, get it. She got 5 different kinds of fish, different sizes, bangos, things I don't remember the name of, just different things. Brought them home. They clean them. They'll gut them there for you. They'll cut them up in flank pieces if you want them. Came here, whipped out a whole bunch of freezer bags and just portioned it out and stuffed the freezer. So because I was concerned, I said, and this was early in lockdown, of course. And I said, you never know what's going to happen. Go to the bank, draw out money. And thank God for my first year here, all I could draw was $200, 10,000 pesos a day, which is plenty. But if I wanted more, I had to use 2 cards, same bank, just 2 separate accounts. And I would draw 10,000 on this card, 10,000 on that card. All right, fine. Not often, but if I needed, we felt we were traveling around, moving around, or let's say rent or just whatever. Now, for some reason, we didn't even get a notification. Now my cards can draw 700 a day. So when this all started down, I said, get over there and grab $2,000, 100,000 in pesos, because the rumors were flying. The banks are going to close. The ATMs are going to be out of money, yada, yada. I said, get over there and get some cash. So we've been good on that. So now we got to go through this 3-day hard lockdown, which again, it's not going to be noticeable to me. I don't really care. Nothing changes, The deadline is still, the target date is still May 15th. And even when that happens, I'm guessing, whoa, look at those. Nice. I'll tell you something about that here in a minute, Lorna. What was I saying? Yeah. May 15th is the new deadline for the all green light, all go, but I don't buy it. I'm not saying they're necessarily going to slap another extension. What I am saying is, here's how I think it's going to go. I think when that date comes, let's say they don't necessarily extend it to a enhanced community quarantine, which is what we're in now, but I think they're going to do a gradual phase. They're going to, okay, we're going to lift the enhanced community quarantine, the ECQ. However, we're going to go into a moderate risk level. So there's still going to be restrictions. And then after however long that lasts, they're going to say, all right, we're doing better. We're going to go into a low risk quarantine. They call it a general quarantine. And so there might be a few more liberties, or what I think that's going to entail is more places of employment will be allowed to open. As far as freedom of movement, I think there's still going to be some restrictions. I think there's still going to be checkpoints. You're going to get maybe a little further than what you normally could, and someone's going to stop you. Where you going? Where you from? Nope, you can't go this way. Turn around. It's like, damn, can't go that way. So I think it's just going to be a gradual process. So I'm ready for it up here. I'm just preparing for it. It's not going to be a light switch. Up, we're clear. Everyone go about your business. I don't see that.
Yeah. Now, were you guys on days of the week that you were allowed to move or travel in your area? Like with us, our neighborhood, our Brown guy could only leave out on Mondays and Thursdays. We have a color-coded pass that these are our 2 days that we can go out, go to the store, whatever. And then on Sunday, it's a no movement for the entire city, entire area. Nobody moved unless you're, the hospital worker, the essential person like that. So is that similar to what you guys already had in place, or how was yours set up?
No, first of all, I was going to say something about her boiled peanuts there. I eat peanuts shell and all, but I won't eat boiled peanuts shell and all because they're too soft. The shells are too soft. But
wow.
to me, the best way to eat a peanut is the whole peanut, shell and all.
No
There's
way. Really?
There's more protein and fiber in the shell than there is the meat, and that's what they refer to as a peanut inside of a shell. The meat inside of the shell. So, yeah, you got to grind it really good. You got to have a good set of molars in the back of your mouth, but grind, and it's good. It's actually really good. Some people will attest to, oh, that's no good. You can this can happen. You bull crap. Yeah, I eat them shell and all. Yep. Yeah, I eat them shell and all. Anyway, going back to what Bill's saying, no, we've not had any dedicated days of when you can move around, when you can't. I'm not allowed to move around at all because there was only one community quarantine pass issued per household, and she got it. When we asked why, they said because I was 60. I just turned 60. I know I don't look it right. And she's not 60, so they gave it to her. They claimed her as head of household. When they bring the 2 kilos of rice with a little tiny can of sardines or corned beef with a couple packs of ramen noodles, the 1,000 pesos that they gave us, which we didn't want it. She tried refusing each time, but after a few times, she just got used to it because our address and our name is logged with the barangay. That she has to go down and sign for it because they have to prove they didn't keep it or, give it someone else. They gave it and got a signature for it. All right. All that being said, the next day or day or two, she just drops down and gives it to some the biggest, largest family kind of thing. I think that's who she picks. I don't care.
That's
and
good.
the 1,000 pesos, she matched it with another 1,000. She went to the pre-tail market and bought a variety of different fish. I think she bought, I want to say some pork and more rice and vegetables and some more, a big bag full of the packages of ramen noodles and gave that out right here in our immediate neighborhood. So, because she said, we don't need that 1,000 pesos, and we didn't. So she said, okay, I'll do this. And, something, I was going to vlog it, but then I know her. She doesn't want to be like made out to be a hero or, something like that. She just wants to go about her business and do it quietly. And that may pay dividends for her somewhere down the road. Who knows? That's just the Filipino way. You know what I mean? She's not expecting anything in return, but if anyone messed with me or messed with her, these people would probably come running to either one of our aid and, jack some people around if they tried to come around, if they did and wanted to mess with us for any reason. So yeah, that's, being a do-gooder. We didn't need it. We didn't want it. We didn't think we were entitled to it. They don't look at income. They don't look at family size. Everybody gets the same amount of rice, the same little cans of sardines, whatever, whether it's a newlywed couple in a little place or 10 people, including grandma and grandpa in a place. Everyone gets the same thing. So, no days. She can come and go 7 days a week with that pass she's got. To answer your question.
Sure. Yeah, they are speaking of a something's going to change for us on the 30th, I believe is our go date. So which is tomorrow, right? So what we don't know exactly what it is. We're trying to find out what the word is from the officials. But what we're hearing is they're going to lighten up somehow, our lockdown, if you will. It is, we've only had, in our area, we've only had one confirmed case. So, we're pretty blessed. We're an hour away from the nearest bigger city.
Where are you again, in Madagascar?
Close. Just on the north side of Madagascar. No.
Yeah.
But
no, you're going to experience. I think what you're going to get, just what I talked about. Come tomorrow, if they're going to do anything in your favor, it's going to be downgraded from an enhanced community quarantine to a general community quarantine. And they're going to put you either in a moderate risk or a low risk category, and you will experience more freedoms of movement. To what extent, I couldn't tell you that. I don't know. But you're going to be graduated into one of those categories, ultimately into, okay, you're free to go. So now I just also heard something, and I think it's from a pretty reliable source. They're not going to allow any travel in or out of the Philippines for the remainder of the year, meaning tourism, tourist, non-essential stuff. Will there be flights and stuff once they resume? Of course, there will be. You have OFWs coming back and forth from various locations around the planet. You have just regular Philippine nationals coming in from wherever with or without their families, or those that have to leave to go. Who knows? Maybe they got a relative in the States or Canada, Australia that maybe died or this. There's going to be circumstantial reasons why people will come and go. But I'm hearing they're just going to cancel tourism-based type flights and things like that for the rest of the year. And if that's true, you're talking about a seemingly endless downturn of restaurants, hotels, and their income, and employees that generally work there. You'll see those industries suffer. Airlines, perhaps. Not really sure how that's going to work. So interesting. I can't confirm it, but I heard certain Filipino officials through a news feed that I got. It's being discussed. So that amazes me. I would think with the money that the Philippine government has had to spend for this, money they didn't have ready. So what the Philippine government has done is they've taken monies that were earmarked for other projects, because that's how governments work. They earmark pots of money for this project 2 years from now, this project for 3 years from now. That's generally kind of how it works. And now they've pulled those funds back. Nope, we need this to support the Philippine people, get our hands around this virus, all that. So, man, if that's true, reason I talk about that, I would think the first thing they'd want to do, unless you're the health officials and they know better, you need tourist dollars in here, really, really bad.
True.
And I mean really bad. The Philippines was ranked number 7 on a list of the top 10 countries that rely on tourist dollars the most in the planet.
Right.
Number 7.
Wow.
Number 7. So I thought they'd open the floodgates and say, come on down.
Right, right. Or at least to some of the areas that are not affected or not struggling with it. You would think they would maybe open those areas up. But I guess that's how you would bring it in if you opened it up. So we had one of my friends was one friend was planning on coming here. He's been waiting to book his ticket. As soon as he hears something is available, and then we had been in talk with our 2 oldest sons there in America, and was hoping to get them out here while they were on summer break. And you know, that's rough. Rough to hear.
Yeah, we're still sitting on 2 airline tickets. We were supposed to fly out of here 31 March. I spent
Right.
280 bucks. Yeah, I think 280 bucks, 14,000 and change, whatever it was, for 2 Air Asia round trip tickets to Taipei, Taiwan, and back for our Balikbayan visa run. And then boom, that got knocked out. So the early reports on the news feeds from the offices, PAL did it first, Philippine Airlines. Anyone who's got a flight up through March 30th. Wasn't that the original? That was the original quarantine from March 15th to March 30th. So they came out with messages, on the news feed. You can rebook it, reschedule it after the quarantine's lifted, which March 30th came and we knew that didn't happen, or you can get a refund, whatever. Then they moved it up to April 15th. Then they moved it up April 30th. Well, I hadn't heard anything from any of the airlines. PAL started it. Air Asia followed right behind them with same policy, same announcement. And then Cebu Pacific or Cebu Airways, whatever it is, they said, you can rebook it, but we ain't giving you your money back. So you're getting your butt in one of their planes or you're losing money.
Right.
One way or the other. So we're still waiting to hear. And we don't even know if we're going to get our money back, because now we don't need those tickets, because as soon as it's lifted, we have to go to immigration. We got 30 days from the day it's lifted to renew our visas, do whatever, yada, yada, yada. Well, I would still normally go on a Balikbayan run, because then I get back here and it doesn't cost me nothing except the plane ticket, the trip, and I'm good for another year. But there's no way we're leaving the country, because we don't think we'll get back in. At least not now. Even if it's lifted, we think we will not get back in. So we got to shift gears. Now, she's working her dual citizenship just before this started, and then she's going to petition me for a 13A. So we have to see if those options are still available, what they're going to do. And probably what we're going to do is pay for 6-month visas, which will cost us $300 a piece. No big deal. I already got $300 almost with Air Asia, so I can use that and just kick in another 300, and we'll get a 6-month extension and quickly try to work the other issues to get more of a permanent residency. There's still a chance I might go for the SRRV. I don't know that yet. It's not the money. I've got plenty of money, but I don't like the idea of forking over. It's $1,400 to apply. It's $300 for her, but she doesn't need to. She's going to go dual citizen. She doesn't have to worry about none of it. $1,400 for my application, and $1,500 I have to cough up that they put in a bank. It's your money, and you can invest it in real estate or a condo or something like that. But it's just the idea that there's money there, and you get it back when you descend off of an SRB visa and go back to a tourist visa, or if you leave the country. So, but there again, do I get interest? Hell no. So you got $1,500 just wallowing in someone's bank, and you can't really do nothing with it. So I don't know which direction I'm going to go, but we have to address it as soon as this lockdown is over. So we're not. But there again, where we have to go to immigration, depending on what kind of moderate or risk quarantine we're in, am I going to be able to can we get that far? Now the clock starts ticking once they're, if immigration opens up and say, okay, all you foreigners or people that have visa issues, now's the time to come. Are we going to be able to get there? Because it's far away. You know what I'm saying? They might get so far and turn around, you can't come this way. It's like, what the hell? So that's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Are you having that problem too, Bill? Getting all that paperwork?
I am here on a same visa as him, the Balabayan visa. Yeah, but we were blessed enough that we got out and got back in right before all this went to crap. We seen it coming. We thought, let's get the first ticket we could, get out of here and get back while we can, so we could go ahead and get that extended. We were supposed to have it extended by March 19th, and we actually went out and came back in February the 20 something. So we just went out and came back in a little early, but we were able to get it done before they quit accepting flights into the country, and especially foreigners into the country. So my wife is dual citizenship. She's already dual. So as the kids, I'm the only one on that Balabayan visa. So
Mercy doesn't need to have that. She doesn't need to have that.
Yeah, she's good to go. It's just got to worry about me. And hello, everybody that's joined us in the chat here. The Shooting Stars here, and Lyrich is still with us. Appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. We got 13 people strong still hanging out with us and listening to the topics. We are not a one-topic show, so as different things come up, we can talk about them. So feel free to ask something. If you guys got questions, shoot them out.
Going back on what you were talking, the topic that you're talking about today about should one be a exclusive StreamYarder or just a individual live stream like that? And of course, I chimed in a few things, and I would just kind of expound on that a little bit. Yeah, it's up to the individual. It has nothing to do with your computer, nothing to do with any of that crap. It's all about, if you have talkability, you should be able to really do both. And what I mean is talkability, there's not virtually a moment of silence that takes place on either your regular live stream or on a StreamYard. You know how to engage the audience and keep them engaged, and you don't let any moment go dull. Doesn't matter what you say. So how's the weather today? You just don't allow for any dead space. But if you struggle, if someone, not you, I'm just saying, if one struggles and doesn't have speakability, skills, constant, because your StreamYard, your LS can go 3 or 4 hours, or maybe if you don't have good speakability, talkability, maybe just limit it to 90 minutes. But how many times have you gone onto an LS and you saw someone just doing this?
Yes.
Waiting for somebody to chime in and say something, or type something in. It's like, I'm out of here. See you later. I'm not gonna keep your show entertained or carry your show. I've tried a few times, but if you don't have the great talkability skill set, then I think StreamYard is a better option, because you're hoping to bring a few people up, get them going, and hope that they can engage, and you just kind of moderate and sit there and inject a little. How about you, Bob? How about you, Darner? How about you, Kathy? What do you think about, little, and just let them kind of hold your StreamYard together, and people, bounce in and out, in and out, in and out. And then if you do have great talkability and you can carry a regular live stream by yourself for at least, hour and a half, 2 hours or more, and you don't want to open up Pandora's box when people come up and bring up subjects that you don't think are conducive to the normal audience you get, then you avoid that and just do a regular live stream. But you definitely have to have talkability skills. Otherwise, you're going to get right into this again.
Right.
Thank you for my 10 million subscribers.
Right.
A minute goes by. A minute goes by, nothing said. Thank you again for my 8 million subscribers. And that's it. That's all, because they didn't come with a couple topics. And then usually you draw a line. Here's your 2 topics you want to talk about, and have a couple backups, just in case you've already discussed them. You've already beat a dead horse, but now there's so much dead time. You reach for those 2 backup topics. And if you don't use them, carry them over to the next live stream. That's just my take on it. If you don't have the gift of gab, avoid the regular live stream is what I would say. And if you're 2 people, right, husband and wife, partners, whatever you're doing, then you both have to sit down and talk and come to an understanding that, hey, today may not be my day. I may not have it today. And that partner has to come through and inject the energy and keep it going and things like that. But anyone who arrives at a live stream, StreamYard, you can get away with a little bit more without having topics to discuss. But live stream, you have to have, and don't try to go by memory. Write the topic down, do a little research, do a little homework, dig a little bit, have some talking points about that topic, and open it up for discussion. To just come there and say, well, we're going to talk about what time of the year roses bloom. Okay, let's talk about that. You're the one who brought the topic to the table, and you have nothing to offer about it. Like, well, the best time for roses to bloom is this, that, whatever. When the roses start turning their petals this color, and you sound not so much like an expert, but that you have a generalization about what the hell you're talking about. To come there and just say, here's today's topic, what does everyone have to say about it? Ain't going to do no good. It's going to lose interest, and people, once they see it a few times, they're just not going to come back no more. So you should have a point paper in front of you with some points about the topic. Again, you can pick anything you want. You can talk about changing out jet engines on planes. Okay, that's fine, but go and do a little and have some bullet points about what's involved or what it's like or things like that about changing out engines in jet planes. To throw the topic out there, that won't do any good, because people are going to be groping, like, well, I don't know nothing about that subject. I'd like to chime in, but I don't know. But maybe the host knows. And then here comes a barrage of questions at you. So, Bill, when's the best time to change out a jet engine plane? When daylight or nighttime? Daytime or nighttime? And you're not going to know because you didn't do any background on it. So if that helps anyone in the audience, I think that's a more logical approach, that you have some sense of brains about you, or at least you appear to, even though you don't give a rat's ass about changing out jet engine planes. The fact that you provided it as today's topic, you've done enough research, went online, Googled it, wrote down a few bullet points, and now you've got something to add. What you want to do is you want to see the audience and see what they talk about first. Now, if somebody hits on a couple of your bullet points, cross them out. You don't need to talk about them no more. Somebody's already discussed it. Right. You're just reading what they're saying, or the person in the live streams talking about. You don't no longer have to say it. But when the dead time comes, now you can come in and say, well, what I heard was when changing out jet engine planes, you usually want to have a 12-pack of beer in you, because you tend to see better and get things done more. Now, don't worry about the spare nuts and bolts that are left over once the job is done. That's okay. Yeah. But you get my point.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Now, you heard me speak a little bit on it earlier, and even in your show last night, looking at the way you had your StreamYard set up last night, it looked so professional, so very good. That right there was enough to make me really think, wow, if I took the time to learn this StreamYard, like, obviously you've taken that time, you sat down and worked through it, and it looked so good. Like, are we on YouTube here? Is this like a regular professional? I would see this broadcast news type situation. It just looked very professional, so very good. awesome.
Well, thanks. It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. It's just a little forethought, and now I've been wanting to do that for a while, but I didn't just jump into it because I wanted it. I wanted it, but I wanted it to come out correct, or in a way that the way you describe it, it looked good. And actually, it's really simple. There's so many more complicated things I could do to it, and I may remember my channel in my live stream anyway is still developmental. It's still in its infancy. So when as I watch it more and more, my replays or kind of look at it, and I don't watch a whole replay, just kind of go and look at the setting. I'm like, you know what I want to do? I think I want to try this, and I'll try it, and I'll look at it and go, nah, I don't really care for that. If I try to put myself in the audience's shoes, I'm like, yeah, it's okay, but I think there's something better, so I get rid of it. And then I just kind of stay with what I got. And to me, the most important thing is keep it simple, not so glitzy and glamoury, and put out there on your crawl line any information you want that you think, like me. Okay, the show is called The Daily Exchange. Well, doesn't it make sense to put the 4 biggest currency exchange rates out there from expats that are here in the Philippines, Australian, Canadian, Europe, and the euro for Brits and other Europeans out there, and then US. So it's easy to do. I just get my updates right away, and I go from there, and away I go. So I fit it in there, and now they're actually looking forward to it when they can go online and look at the current exchange rate themselves. But it's just kind of it comes to them that, like, hey, there it is. There's the exchange rates on the crawl line or whatever. It doesn't take up that much room, and it's just a little addition, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the daily exchange, daily currency, or the daily exchange, currency exchange rates. It just kind of fits like a hand in gloves. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Lorna, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I don't get to go to your stream because you stream at 1 a.m. my time. But I really wanna.
No, I know that. We can't all. There's people in the States streams that I want to see, and a couple people in Europe. And I settle for their videos. I'm not a live stream replayer. I'm just not. I tried it, and I'm like, man, if I'm doing that,
not the same thing, isn't it?
It's not the same. And unless I heard about something really off the wall, bizarre, cool, whatever, I might go look for that segment of that stream. But I think I can get more done by bopping around and watching people's videos and hopping in and out of current live streams. To spend time 2-3 hours doing a replay. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think I'm losing. As much as I'd like to, I think I'm losing something by doing that. I might as well just go watch a movie then,
Yeah, that's what I am too. Sometimes it's kind of hard for me to go back to somebody's stream, especially if it's like 3 to 4 hours stream. I'm like, I don't know where to pick up, or if I hear something that interests me, I don't know where to pick up. Yeah, unless they send me a specific link to that. So
yeah. To me, I said I might as well go watch a movie if I'm going to watch a 2-hour replay of a live stream. I feel like I'm already behind. The laughter, the drama, the this, the that's already come and gone. And so I feel like second-rate citizen. I'm like, well, there's no one here to share this with. This laughter, this drama, this or that. It's like, what am I doing? I'm washing dishes, and I got the phone hanging up there on a clip above the sink, and I find myself laughing out loud to myself watching a replay. It just doesn't feel the same,
Yeah, it doesn't feel the same. Exactly. That's why I'd rather be like, when I wake up in the morning, I get to see a little bit of either Big E or Checo Saras, or sometimes Bill and other people that I follow. But yeah, it's kind of hard to follow your stream.
Yeah. We have some new people in the stream.
Yeah, and I understand that. I'll let Bill greet his people. I understand that. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. I get it. It's time zone thing. It is what it is.
We got some people in here from Hawaii, like the Hamsters here. Hello, Adventures. So they
Hi, Roxy. Hi, Roxy from Halo. How are you? Woo.
Yeah.
How are you and your family doing? Nice to see you.
We got Golden Brown Jay, the man with the plan. How are you
Don't know
doing, my
him.
friend? Yeah.
Hello, hello. Don't know you, but hello.
Yeah. It's got
Hi
an
there.
awesome channel there.
Hello, hello, adventure and golden brown jay. Shout out. Shout out, shout out, shout out.
Yeah, Biggie. I dog him out every time because he hates that.
Yeah.
So I say, shout out, 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 shout
That's
out.
funny.
He hates it,
Get them
but
all out of the way.
he knows why I'm doing it. Just to rub it in his face, kind of.
I'm still eating my peanuts.
Now, how do you feel about that today's topic, Lorna? About regular live stream versus Streamyard?
Okay.
Is stream to me?
Yeah.
Some people, I think, real quick before you go. To me, sometimes StreamYard seems like how do I say this? All about me
Mm.
venue, not meaning the host, but people that jump up there and they want to make it all about them. Sometimes I detect that from certain people.
Mhm.
And to me, that's not what the platform should be.
Mhm.
I think you need to be a good listener first before you're a good speaker in
Right.
StreamYard.
That's true.
That's just my opinion. But what do you think about that?
Well, so when I do the live streaming or if I join live streaming, I think I see it like a little bit more of it's kind of talking to yourself, like you said. If you are a good talker, then that's good for you. That's a good platform for you because you can talk all the time. You can talk to yourself, and does people really listen when you're talking? You don't know. You see what I mean? Unless you have that specific content that you want to talk about. So you can sit here and talk about this and talk about that, and then people are chiming in or saying hello to everybody. Are they really listening to what you're saying? You see what I mean?
Right,
No,
right.
as opposed to the StreamYard, at least you can come up like this. You can come up and talk about certain things, and then the rest of the people are doing hi, hello, this and this, and then at the same time, like this, we're talking. There's somebody you talking to about your content, what you're saying, what your topic is about. So I think to me, it's like if I just want to do it by myself, I rather do go for a StreamYard. But then it's not for everybody. And I think it's kind of fun when you have two or three more people in here. But then sometimes, like you said, some people like to be like, "Oh, look at me, 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 me." That's why I just kind of like doesn't say much when I'm on a stream like this, because I just or I'd rather go out and just chat instead of being up here. You see, that way
Do
you give
you
other people a chance to come up and say what they gotta say, and then if they have nothing else to say, then get down or whatever. If somebody else wants to come up,
Let me ask you something, and I know you're going to answer me honestly. I have no doubt. And it's not put you on the spot, nothing like that. Do you think, is there any percentage inside of you that you would opt for StreamYard because do you needing assistance to avoid um, pitfalls with regards to dead time, nothing being said, nothing going on? If you were doing your own singular LS, do you think does any part of you, however small percentage or big or in between, do you find yourself choosing StreamYard as a means of getting assistance to keep the show going?
no.
No.
That's why
Okay.
I do my silent, and that's where it goes. The silent stream for me is that's where it goes. Now, if I go to StreamYard and I'm there to talk about whatever. I mean, we could laugh, we could do whatever karaoke, we could do some nonsense stuff, which is fine. And to my channel, I mean, as you can see, it's everything, hodgepodge, whatever. I don't have like that specific, like I just gotta talk about this one certain thing, and that's it. But no, not really. I mean, I can talk
We
about anything. I can be honest. I can be brutal. I can be nasty. I mean,
I know that about you.
so
um,
yeah. But at
so
the same time, I'm very compassionate. I try to help people out. I mean, I
yeah,
don't gotta go like this is what I don't like is people trying to show like if I'm trying to help somebody, oh look what I did, look what I did this and I buy this. I'm like, no, that's not me. I don't do that.
Right.
I don't
Right.
try to put my donation on YouTube. Say this is how much I spend. This is how much I gave to somebody. This is what I'm collecting. To me, it's
Right.
up to me if I want to give, but I don't try to like put that whole picture on YouTube. See what I mean?
well, some of your streams that are non-StreamYards, they kind of go both ways. You're just either showing a sunset and
Yeah, exactly.
you're nowhere around there. You're not involved with it, and people just and you see me, I'll come by and do a flyby. Hi, nice to see
Yeah,
you. Boop, and I'm
exactly.
gone,
So if I
just to
don't want
let
to
you know I
talk about
stopped.
nothing, yeah,
Right. And then
exactly.
sometimes you have the same shot, you got the same sunset virtually, but yet you're in a background almost like a premiere. You're actually talking to people.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
Sometimes,
kind of cool. That's kind
yeah.
of cool.
Because I feel bad, like if I'm here, if I'm in the house, yeah, sure. If I'm in the house and then I see somebody and I'm like, oh, check it out, because I pick my head, and you can see sometimes on the video you'll see like a little bit of my hairlines. So yeah, but
Now,
otherwise,
how do you feel about when you are in StreamYard? Do you ever find yourself having to go to a control measure, where as to who you let up, even though they've been there before, even
mm,
though they've been there multiple times? Do you find yourself in a position of, man, I don't want to let them up and I'm not going to let them up, or vice versa, someone who's already up that you want them to step down? Not so much because they did anything bad, but they're redundant. Um, what they're talking about is not conducive to that day's topic or sub. Do you ever find yourself wanting to move people up or down on your own without waiting for them to go
um,
down on their own, or come up? How do you feel about that?
I haven't had that problem yet, but I mean, if that comes up, then I have the right to say something, don't you? I mean, say,
Sure.
because that's when you have your private chat about, just hey, so and so, can you go get your ass out of here? You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
if you have
So
something else
you
to
know what I'm
say,
talking about, though,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. And like I said, if you're just gonna sit here and like kind of stare at you the whole time, 2 3 hours,
Yeah.
you're wasting somebody else's space. Get on out, get out of here. So, and then that's what I want for the host, to say, um, tell me if I'm taking somebody's spot, or if, you know,
Right.
just tell me, I'm out of here. But then
How
there's
about
people
you?
like they just want to, they want your company, but you know,
Right.
I
Yeah.
haven't had a problem.
If you let the same people up over and over again, um, I think you run the risk of never seeing other people and having them come up and
Yeah,
introduce themselves, talk a little bit about themselves, because that's really why you want them up there. If you're
yeah,
all going to share in a topic, that's fine. If you got 5 people up there and you're talking about discussing the same topic, that's great. But
right,
initially, you want people to rotate in and out of there so you can put a face with a name. You can
yeah,
find a little bit more about somebody. It should be a platform for those that think they're shy and never knew they weren't shy until they get up in there. I've seen that before.
right.
But how about you, Bill? Do you ever find like you want to send somebody down or
Yeah.
not pull anyone up?
Right. Well, definitely. I don't do live stream myself enough to have been where you have that one person that's taking over the show, but I've seen it on so many other people's show that the person will come up and
Just take
they're they'll just take over. They'll take the topic and they're running they're like, where
They'll
the
be the
hell are
dead
they going
horse.
with this? Right?
They'll be, yeah,
It's like,
that, or
man, what is going on?
right, that, or they'll beat a dead horse to death. They just won't get off of the topic. They made their
Right,
point and they
right,
want to
yeah,
make it 8 more times in a
yes,
20-minute span. I had a
right.
few guys on last night that are good guys. There's nothing wrong with them, with the exception of when they get up into the chat, they want to have banter back and forth, which is fine. That's healthy. I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
But to the extent that they take it, that's when the next time I see them, I won't let them up because I've given them 1 or 2 chances, and it's like, okay, make your point and move on. I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah.
You say what you got to say, Lorna.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna retort, give you my point.
Mm-hmm.
Bill gives his point, and then you give a counterpoint, and we should move on from there. But these guys back and forth, back
Same
and forth,
thing.
back and forth,
Same
and now
thing.
you see your numbers go from 37 down to 34, down to 28, down to 21, and you're like, oh, wait, timeout. And that's okay for that one show, but you have to think about it and remember it and learn your lesson. So the next time, because some guys, I'll see them soon as they come into the stream, as soon as they log on, boom, they're right down there in backstage waiting to come on. And it's like, I like you, you're okay, I don't have a problem with you, you're not bad, you're not nasty, you're not vulgar, but I know what you're going to do when you come up here. You're going to wait for that other person to come up here, and then, like you said, Bill, they're going to want to take over. So yeah, next time I see them, it's like, no, not so fast.
Not today. No.
That is my number one scare factor of us going to the Streamyard. Even this morning, when we were trying to go live, I wasn't trying to do Streamyard. My wife wanted me to, but I wasn't trying to. But I kept having so many issues with YouTube. So she set up the Streamyard for us to get on here, and it worked. So we were successful. So we went ahead and did this. But I get scared of those people. I had somebody trying to come up just a few minutes ago before TT got up here. I don't know who the person was. They had a very bad name on their on the name bracket there, and they weren't trying to show me their face. And I don't know who this person is. They're trying to be sneaky. Yeah, no way I'm trying to pop them up on the screen. And who knows if it's a troll or a person that's trying to get my channel shut down, because we're in control of this channel. If they come on here and say something, YT is going to shut my channel down, not necessarily that person for saying it. So so
if you see a name, unless you know the person, which is rare, if you see a name that is definitely over the top, and without a profile picture, I ignore them. I ignore them and hope they go away. If they haven't said anything up to that point, I'm not going to boot them off. I'm going to let them camp out and take a chance on them. They could be somebody good. I don't know. But when I put, 2 and 2 together, their name is over the top, sexually explicit or this or that. Oh, and coupled with that, there's no profile face on their icon. They're gone. I don't even let them hang out. See you later.
Right, exactly.
Change your name, put up a picture, and you can come back or whatever. But yeah, we're not going to do that.
That's why I never changed my pictures or my name. For that reason, because some people know me, and then all of a sudden I change my name, and then next time they see me, change your name. So, why would you come up? Why would I let you come up?
Just want to say hi real quick to Bill from POD, Philippines on Demand. Welcome. About time you got here.
Yeah,
for being so lazy, sleeping all day. I don't know what's going on.
What's up, Bill? Shooting Star, James Hardy.
Welcome. Yeah, James is still with us, and Shooting Star. He looked like somebody tried to overtake him before as well. Yeah.
Sean Williams still there.
Who, Bruce? Someone tried to take over Star Show?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh! I thought you meant like just recently or something. Okay.
No. His first one.
His first one.
Streamyard, I think I was there. Shooting Star.
When you don't know what's going on, it's easy to do. Somebody try to take you over, make it their second live stream or something.
Yeah, the guys that I had in my in my Streamyard, you know, again, there's nothing wrong with these guys. I've seen them. They've been around. They're okay in my book. I have no issues with them, none whatsoever. But once paired together, 3 or 4 or whatever, they just can get a little overexcited and little overzealous on the subject matter that they're bantering back and forth about. And again, get your point out, let the counterpoints come out, and let's move on. To just beat that horse for 30 minutes or more, you know, and you see your audience start dropping, guess what? You better do something. And I found myself intervening, not like in a fight or nothing, just trying to change up the topic, and asking for the fourth person who was sitting over in the corner, had no clue what was going on. What do you think? What do you think about it? And you know, things like that. You know, they're just sitting there and for a long time have no clue. Stuff like that. So it's going to happen. Again, if the people are good, you have to understand it and accept it, but you have to be able to put a wedge in between them and say, okay, that was really interesting. Thanks so much for sharing that. And glad you guys brought that up. But today we're going to talk about satellite dishes, you know, and let them start on something else, you know, whatever.
Right. Yeah. You know, and also from where I used to be when I was trying to get monetized, I heard many bad things about Streamyard. You don't get your full amount of hours. You know, when you're tracking your hours and you're doing 2-hour show and you should get 20 hours or whatever it might be, and then you only get 3 or 4, that is very bad things that I heard about it. But now
I never heard that.
Yeah, that's I had several people tell me that that when they were trying to get monetized, that StreamYard would take hours.
That's not true, is it?
It's hard to check because, you know, when you do your YT, it pops up. Here's what you should have. Here's automatic. It tells you. StreamYard, it doesn't tell you right away. You got to go back and go into your studio and check the amount of hours there. And you don't know how that compares. You're not comparing, well, this is what they told me versus this is what I see. So that is what I've heard. Whether it's true or not, I try to stay away from it.
I don't know if I don't know. Biggie might know. I don't know.
Right now, you know, he's never, you know, he's not monetized or hasn't went for it either. So he might not have watched it. Like, you know, when you're getting close to your hours, to your watch hours, you'll start like that's 5. How much closer am I? There's 10. How much closer am I? And then when stuff is not adding up, you're like, hey, what's going on?
Where's it going? Yeah.
Yeah, where are they going? Now, I will be the first one to tell you that YT itself, once I was getting close, I seen a bunch of my hours start disappearing. And yeah, like I did a stream that I was supposed to have gotten 81 hours from it. And I went back the next day and checked. YT gave me 6 hours for that.
Oh wow!
Right, and it was it was a long stream. So, you know, from that point, I decided to only do the 2-hour limit and really keep an eye on, you know, hey, if the whole time I've seen 20 people in the room, this is about what I should be getting, or, you know, that type of thing. So I really started focusing in on here's the goal, where do I need to be? But there, the last day that I actually hit it, we killed it because, you know, that was the time that, if you will, my stream went viral, and I had over 200 and some people in the house, and including Justin Bieber swung in, and you know, it was I got like 7 days or something crazy amount of hours out of it. And it was way more than what I needed, so I automatically graduated. So I didn't have to just count the 1, 2 hour, 3 hour. I wasn't so worried anymore. So it's weird. I see Big E's back in the house.
Hi, Biggie. He's saying something.
Big E.
Like to come up. Come on.
How did
Bill,
you do that?
like
Like
to
this?
come up?
Big E.
So anyway,
Here we go. We got Shooting Star going to come up with us. Everybody, if you will, welcome Bruce from Shooting Star.
Hello.
what's up, Bruce? Good evening to you.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing fine.
We're
Good.
doing it. We're doing
Yes.
it.
Good evening to you too.
Thank you. It's almost 8
Doing
o'clock.
doing okay.
Nice to see you, Bruce. Hey, a quick question for you. Do you owe me any money? It's a simple question.
Yeah, I know, and I'm laughing. I don't think so.
I guess that means no, huh?
Yeah, that means no.
There you go. There's your icebreaker.
Yeah.
Just tell him if you do owe him any money, tell him to come get it. Come
Yeah.
on by, get it
Come on over,
anytime.
Tim.
Just swing by.
I would, but there's no flights.
Yeah, that's true.
Anybody's giving away money, give me some money.
Oh,
Yeah. That's right.
Show some of that love.
Right. That's what my show was about yesterday, the e-begging. I was like, teach me how to do it so I can do it right. If you guys are going to be passing out the money, hey, show me. You know?
So what exactly is that anyway?
Well, the e-begging is kind of what I picked up on it was the people that do their show and they're asking, they're like begging people to give them, whether it's a super chat or send them money. And you see my PayPal deal. I didn't even change it. It's, I put it up there. Is this begging? What is begging? And how do some people think begging works on here? And you always hear about people. Don't go to that person's show. They just beg. The entire
I've
show.
been to that show. I've been to one of those shows.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
So it's just something that caught me. And then also we talked about, the some of those relationships you get into where, before you're even done talking to them the first day,
you're asking for money.
The baby needs some milk money. Can you go ahead and send it to me? So
I need to go on one of those streams. I need to find one of those.
right. I was like, how do you guys do that stuff? Teach me. I said my baby
Bill, we're
doesn't
not
need
cute
just the
enough.
milk. Right.
We're not cute enough. That's why.
Right. I
You
said
gotta
my
be
baby
cute to
does.
get some of those money.
There you go. So my baby's 6 years old and my DDs are all dry, so I need. I don't just need some milk money. I want to buy the whole cow so I can have milk on demand.
Oh my goodness. No, we're not cute enough, so we're not getting no money.
All right. Well, that's why Adrian's not here on my chat right now because
That's why, yeah.
I always tease him with it. Like, Adrian, you never show up on my channel unless I got somebody queued up on the channel with me. But I see you in all the other girls' channels.
Yeah, he never come up to mine either.
Right. I like teasing him. He's a good guy.
Bill, maybe I can solicit some help and raise some funds for you.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the righteous Reverend?
I think we got introduced to him the other night on the Tropical 10 show, and he was a guest speaker.
Yeah, he'll help you out. And you can expect somewhere between 7 and 9% of all proceeds.
There you go.
Overhead. Overhead, you know what I mean?
Funnel all the money that way, and then I'll get the trickle down or whatever they call it. I'll get my little share.
After the Reverend's beer run, whatever change that is handed back over the counter, that's what we send to you.
There you go. After you turn in your bottles and you get your deposit back, then you might share some of that with me, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh man.
What's going on in Mississippi, Bruce?
He fell asleep.
Bruce.
Bruce.
Wake up.
Bruce. Oh well.
TT, he's one of those people that you talked about earlier that come to the panel and so he knows.
That's an example, huh?
Yeah. No, but seriously, come on, raise your hand. Everyone out there in the chat room, or and here in the panel. Hi. She's visiting with the nieces. There's a Sawa Cano. The nieces are over, so she's mukbanging with them or something, eating over there.
Nice.
So how many times really have you went to? Let me go check this person out. Okay, they came and visited me or whatever. And you went there and literally, this is what you saw.
Right.
Thank you.
Or they don't even pay, like, you come up to the stream and they don't even say, hi, hello, thanks for coming here. They didn't even know you left.
Well, even if you get that at the most, hello, Tropical Tim in the Philippines. Thank you. And then that's it. You can sit there for 30 minutes and you'll never hear another word.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Right.
I've seen it. I was like, why are you doing a live stream? This poor, unfortunate soul. And usually they're young, they're female. When the ones that I'm speaking of, I don't see too many male speakers where I go in. I've seen some times of silence where they've run out of content and we're off over here doing this and then look back to their laptop every few minutes,
Right.
They're doing something else over here, and I've seen it. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
I'm over here.
I'm over here.
Don't look over there. I'm here. I'm going to leave. What do you want me to do? But so I think some of these younger ones, because very few young females have gab ability amongst themselves, but in front of a camera, in front of an audience, I think a lot of them freeze up and they're just not ready for this sort of venue. So, it's like I want to ask them and I don't, but it's like, dear, you're not ready for this. You're better off getting a friend of yours, another come in, and both you giggle and cut up and have a conversation with each other, and you might generate some more audience interest. But to just sit there like that, and so I've seen it so many times, and it's like, oh my, they never should have launched a live stream or whatever. They just don't have the experience, and they don't have. They need to go to Toastmasters to learn how to speak.
But I see them a lot too. It looks like they're texting or messaging with somebody else on another device, and they're like all into it, and like you have a live stream going here.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah.
And they look up from their phone like this once every, realistically, probably every 3 minutes. Now, 3 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time, believe it or not. And they'll look up, okay, thank you to my 7 million viewers, and right back down here.
Right. Perfect.
That's what they do. And I'm shocked. I'm just like, wow, somebody should tell them. I don't want to be that person. Like, and I'm somebody that hits you right between the eyes with brutal honesty. But I'm trying not to break a young kid's bubble. But it's like you shouldn't be doing this. It's not getting you anywhere.
Right.
And the people that come in, when they do leave, guess how many are coming back?
Right.
Don't bank on it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure.
Yeah, those are the streams I'll say hi to. Like, hi, host. I just wanted to say hi real quick. I'm not staying, but I wanted to tell you hi and see you next time or something. And then I'm out because I'm not sitting there watching that mess.
And then how about all these channels that, are StreamYarding and all they're doing is promoting fishing. That's all they're doing. Sub for sub, heavily. And I mean heavily. Now, some of them are actually quite successful. And I've seen them where they've got 70, 80, 120 viewers in there. But it's people you don't know, and it's people that are just hustling subs. Mm-hmm. And they're sponsoring and helping to do that. I couldn't do that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I couldn't do it. I've been to a few channels like that over the last year, whatever. And I avoid them. I avoid them like the plague because I don't have nothing against them, but it doesn't do nothing for me. And I was interested in the host. And when I got there, the host was so preoccupied and the channel had developed a different flair, a different flavor, a different direction where that host or hostess, whatever you want to call it, was just promoting everyone's channel. I was like, okay, that's all right. But I'm not going to be able to talk to the host because they're so preoccupied telling everyone to hook up with everyone. That's the extent of a 2-hour live stream with them. So when I get there right away, I say, hello, host, please do not promote me. I'm not here for subs. I'm not here fishing. I can get, I want to get my subs naturally, organically. People that I think I'll be able, 2 out of 3, 4 out of 5, I'll be able to stick with for a long time, for as long as I'm in YouTube. So please don't promote me. Some comply and some don't. They still shout me out. I'm like, God bless it. They load up and show one of my latest videos. They shrink the screen and they're way over here off to the side and they got me in the middle. It's like, I'm not looking for that, but it is what it is. So when I see or when I know who those people are, I don't go back to them no more. It's gamey. And again, I don't have nothing against it. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to grow my channel that way because I pop into someone's stream and I get 40 subs for hanging out for an hour. What? I'm never going to see these people. I know I'm not. They're never going to come and look at me.
Yeah. So Bruce had to go. He didn't fall asleep on us. He took a phone call. So now we know what happened. Bill, if you want to come up, or Big E or somebody, let us know. And
come on, get up here.
There.
Come up here, you chicken people.
Looks like we got Sean going to bid us a fair fondue. We'll see you next time, Sean. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Take care of yourself, Sean. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Bye, Sean. Come up. Somebody come up. I'll go down.
I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go have some lunch also. So I'm going to call it quitsy right now. Thanks for inviting me up. Lovely to see you, Lorna, of course, as always.
Appreciate you, TT.
And we'll see you guys another time.
Yeah, see you later this evening, actually.
Hey, I mean, if you have the time, I have the beer.
There it is. If you guys haven't went over to Tropical Tim's yet, he's got an awesome live stream and so much more. You guys need to go check him out.
See you later, guys. I gotta go. It's almost 8 here. So
okay,
bye-bye.
We'll see you next time.
Love. Bye.
See you. Bye,
bye.
guys.
See you.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, my only recommendation is when you come to my channel, drink heavily before you log on.
Be ready.
It'll help you understand a little more. I'll see you later, Bill. Say, give
See
my
you
best to
next time.
Mercy.
It definitely will. Thank you now. See you. See you. Whoa, look at that. Everybody is cutting out here. Let's see who if we get anybody else drawn up here. Bill. Bill. I'm calling him out by name. P.O.D. Bill. Come on, come on, come on. Come talk to us. I want to ask you about the topic of the day. See what you think. It's easier to talk than type. Sometimes for me, it's like typing on my little tablet or little phone or going up on somebody's stream. I just go up because the typing, I'm going to mess it up anyways. Mike, Mitch, Philippines Journey. Hello, hello, hello. Silent viewer here, my friend. Okay, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us. I don't recall you coming here before, but you're welcome. We try to run a drama-free show for the most part. If someone makes me mad, and I have to tampo on them. No. The question that we have been talking about is this Streamyard. We're considering, do we get Streamyard? Should we invest in paying the fee per month to get it? Because you can go through a 20-hour bang for free pretty quickly if you're doing live streams. And is it worth it? Some people, just use YT for their live streams. And some people just use StreamYard and just trying to see what everybody else thinks. If I don't have to spend money, I'd rather not. I'm not living large. Big E pays me for every time I go to his live streams, but I'm not trying to spend all the money in one place. Hello, Martin. How are you doing? I don't want a new job or career. Just retired here in the Philippines. Yeah, awesome. Well, welcome. Yeah, we're here in the Philippines as well, as you probably can tell because the bright light behind me. How much do they charge you a month for the fee for Yard or StreamYard? It is. They charge. There's two different ones that you can get. You can either get the $39.99 for the professional one or the pro, or there's a $20 a month, and that's U.S. dollars, I believe. Here we go. We got Bill from POD with us.
Hey.
Hello,
Good.
my friend. How are you?
I'm tired. Stayed up too late. Yeah, stayed up too late.
Was you partying, or were you on YT, or what were you up to all night?
I was actually had some streams going in the background, and then I jumped out of that, and I needed a change, from YouTube, and I started watching a movie.
Okay.
On Netflix, and how a lot of those movies, they have one after another.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I stayed up real late, so I woke up late.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured I'd come on because you came on to mine. I didn't want to leave you hanging. So.
It's okay. So You can always not come on to mine. Feel free to do whatever. I'm all good. I'm not. I'm just here chilling, and when people would like to come up and talk and share their opinion, I like to hear it. If not, it's okay too.
You know, as far as StreamYard goes, Bill, I think it pretty much depends on what direction you want to take your channel. The nice, you know, there's other platforms out there like what is it, OBS Studio or something like that.
Right.
That's free, and
Yeah.
you can actually, at the end of the day, you can do more with it.
Uh-huh.
But I find it, I didn't really delve into it, but I think I find it harder to use. You can't just jump into it and fly with it like you can with StreamYard.
Right.
And, yeah, and you can bring up guests with OBS, but it's much easier with StreamYard.
Right.
So I guess what I'm saying is, if you wanna go more to bringing guests into your chat, you know, into your live stream, I think StreamYard is good for that.
Right.
OBS Studio is a little bit harder, but you know, once you learn it, you're good to go. But I didn't want to learn it because
Right.
when I logged into it, it was like, oh my gosh, it's like being in a cockpit of an airplane.
Right.
You know,
Right.
what are all these control? What does this button do? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we started out with StreamYard. The lady there says that you can have seven days free trial, and they don't take a credit card number or anything. You just they
Okay.
just yeah they just you just they'll ask for your email address, and then they'll go in and they'll activate it, and then
Okay.
when your 7 days are up, then they will deactivate it automatically. It'll run out. But what I did was I initially asked them if I could have 10 free days.
Mm.
And they weren't, they said, well, 7 is our norm. And I said, well, I said I would actually prefer 10. They gave me 10. And then after when the 10th day bill was ready to expire, I said, hey, you know, I like this. I like it. So I told the lady, I kind of did a little PR there, I guess. I told the lady, I said, you know, I said I like it, but I'll tell you what, if you give me 3 more days, then I give you my word that I will enroll in the basic plan. And the 3 more days was going to get me through the weekend to the Monday.
Okay.
So they did it. So I kept my word and I enrolled because I was going to do it anyway. I was just milking 3 more days out of them.
Right.
So I got 13. But then again, Bill, I talked to another guy that said he got 30. And then I asked StreamYard about that, and they said, no,
That didn't happen.
that wasn't us. And I said, well, is there another StreamYard? You know, so, but yeah, overall, Bill, I like it.
Right.
There's a lot that you can do with it. It depends on how you want to run your channel, your content.
Right.
And for what I do, I thought it was good to have.
Yeah.
It's $25 a month. It's $25 a month. It goes to $20 a month if you pay for the whole year.
Okay.
Yeah, so that it equates to $20 a month once you break it down.
Right.
But for the 25, you know, for what I do, you know, I find it I find it worth it for me.
Mhm.
But at some point, I think I will try to work with that OBS studio and get that one for free, and
Right.
check out the guest aspect of it, how to bring somebody up in. And if I can figure that out, and if it's not too difficult of a program, then I'll dump StreamYard and go OBS. But I
Right,
like,
right, right.
yeah. What do
Yeah.
you think of it so far? What do you
Well,
think of it?
I'm not very good at the doing all the different things that I haven't took the time to learn it yet. So the occasion when I get on here, just tinkering around a little bit, I think they got a lot of options and stuff, and I go to those shows. It's like, wow, look what they're doing on there. Look how they set theirs up, and I think it looks good. So we earlier with Tropical Tim, we talked about when you bring those guests up on your panel and the ones that try to take over, and and then earlier I had anonymous person trying to come up on my panel and wasn't showing their face and showing craziness. So you just never know what you're going to get down there
Yeah.
in the box. Who's trying to come up on your show here, and what when they do get up there, what are they going to act like? What are they going to talk about? You just that kind of stuff worries me. If it's over here, I'll block them out real quick. If they're up on the screen, they done said it, and I just feared YT deleting my channel because someone got up on here and said something crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I want to,
just thoughts.
yeah, and I want to tell you, I got burned by that. Somebody coming in, I let somebody into the live stream. I got burned by that, Bill. I was just first starting to use it, and I was playing with it, and I was, live, and I was just basically testing and goofing around, trying new functions, and I brought somebody up into the stream, and I couldn't see their face when they were backstage, but
Right.
I brought them up anyway. I thought it was somebody that was in the stream that I recognized in the chat box, but the person was, I didn't even see the person in the chat box, but he popped up with it's just a blank white circle
Right.
on the screen, and he started cussing me out. Um, I tell you what, I'm not a violent person, but when he started attacking my wife, I swear to the good Lord, if I could have reached through the computer, I would have grabbed him by the throat and pulled him right through.
Right.
I was never mad. I was never that mad before, Bill.
Right.
Because when he
Yeah.
started in on my wife, that's the line. People can pick at me all day long, but
Right.
when they cross the line and go after my wife, then it's on.
Right.
You know how that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Any American guy, any man, regardless of where you're at, if you're
Right.
worth your salt and somebody's going after your girl,
Right.
them's throwing down. That's throwing
That's
down.
it.
Yeah,
That is
but it was
it.
all me. It was my fault. I brought the person up, and I blocked him, and I Cha blocked him. I'm trying to remember his name.
Right.
It'll
Well,
come.
they change them so often too. It's those trolls. Like I go back into my troll list and see them, and like one of them's name was Venom, and now his name is something different, and he had like 12 Venoms, and you know, so he'll change up the name, trying to go to different people's channel again to see if he can get in or whatever, and
Yeah.
yeah, they do that mess.
When
A
you
lot
were,
of that.
yeah, you remember when you were on my stream yesterday? somebody popped in and some Rav or something, and he says, "Do you remember me from the circus or something?"
Yeah, I remember that.
I have no idea what that was all about.
Right.
I still can't
Yeah.
remember. So
Now,
yeah.
now on your channel, Bill, I was going to ask you this. I tried to calm down the young lady that came yesterday. That she was obviously fishing, but she was trying to do it in a tricky way. Um, but how do you feel about straight fishing on your channel? You know, I had a wrench. I asked her to chill with it, and she finally did. Oh, I'm not fishing. She was trying to promote herself on there too, and I didn't let that pop up. And you know, but how do you feel about someone that comes in? You know, I don't mind people saying hi to each other
Yeah.
and naturally checking out each other, but
Yeah.
when it's obvious fishing,
Yeah. And if you noticed, I was really tolerant with her. I didn't
right,
I didn't boot her out. I leave
right,
that up. I leave that up to you guys with the
sure,
with the wrenches, because if
sure,
I put that wrench in your hand, I'm entrusting you to make that call.
sure,
I'm more like focused on the stream itself,
right,
and I
right,
let you guys handle the room. You guys are the bouncers,
right,
so I
right,
put my trust in you guys. But to answer your question, what she was doing, I didn't care for it, but I
right,
figured that I would just see where it goes, and kind of you know let her, everybody, if they talk enough, or the sun just kind of it'll shine on them in good or bad.
right,
So
right,
I just let them run with it. But as far as that, when a stranger comes in and I don't know them and they're trying to put a raid, if you will, on somebody's stream, then no,
right,
hit them with the wrench and hit them real hard.
right, right,
I trust that. But if I know somebody like you guys, and you want
right,
to promote your channel, yeah, drop your link there by all means.
right,
Um,
right,
that's one of the rewards for being, an entrusted person, to, look over your chat box and make it troll free,
right,
or,
right,
or as best as we can for each other. So I
right.
leave that guys up to you, and leave that guy up to you guys. And if you want to drop your link there, that's fine, or any link that
Right.
is helpful, to what's
Right.
going on, or in support of somebody else. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. But when
Right.
it's just somebody that just crashes the door and comes in, doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't give a rat's butt about anybody other than
Right.
themselves, yeah, then hit them with the wrench
Right.
and hit them hard.
Right.
You know.
And they've never mentioned anything per topic, whether it's the topic that you have written or the one you're speaking of at the time. They've never said anything along those lines that kind of
Yeah.
shows what they're up to.
Yeah.
Just straight for fishing. And then they see somebody drop a super chat and they want their link. It's like, no, that's you're gonna go straight to his channel to try to get him to give you some begging for super chats from him. It's like, nah, I'm not dropping his link. You take your time and look him up if you want.
Absolutely. The only time where she almost got ejected, I think, what was her name? Marge or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Something. But anyway, the closest time that I almost gave her the boot was when she asked me. I think she asked me. I wasn't really paying attention. I just glanced. If I don't know somebody, I kind of glanced down at it because I seen the activity that was going on in the box.
Right, right.
So I kind of didn't really pay her any never mind, if you will. But I think she asked somebody or asked me, I think it was me, if I was single or something like that. Do you remember? And I said, this isn't a dating site.
Right, right. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I said, this isn't a dating site. And I don't know what happened after that because
Yeah.
I went back and started focusing on, the topic at hand. But yeah, as you know, there's all kinds of goofy stuff that goes on. You know?
Definitely, definitely.
But if it's two people that we know and everybody thinks, hey, that's a good match,
Right, right.
let them have at it. I don't mind that at all,
Right.
But if it's a stranger coming in
Right.
doing that, and that's their only motivation for coming in to your channel, then no, take it somewhere else. Take it down the street. Somebody else would be more than happy to open that door.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Not happening here. Yeah. Yeah. That when she said the "Are you single?" I was like, she's just here. She's popping in. She's never looked at his channel. At that point, I kind of knew what she was about.
yeah.
And then I seen you squashing her with it's not a dating site. What are you talking about?
If you would have booted her, I wouldn't have had no problem with that whatsoever because it's like, when I was listening to the Legends stream, you remember that one? When he was saying when him and Kanoi, we want to, whack-a-mole,
Right, right.
whack 'em one right after another. He says, if you want that service, give me a wrench. If you don't, then don't give it to me, And I'm not a big enough channel to where I really have to worry about that sort of stuff, right now. But it's still nice to have it in place and have those kind of trusted people in place like yourself, then you can just keep it. I look at it like this, Bill. It's kind of like your garden. If you keep it weeded, often you don't let the weeds grow tall and they don't get out of control. And I kind of look at my channel that way. If I got good trusted people helping me out and keep that garden weeded and don't let the weeds grow, then when the weeds start growing, it's a little late to be calling in the gardeners, if you will.
Right.
The thumpers,
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah, it's better to start early.
Right. Yeah, I try, like on this channel or when I'm out, I try, what if somebody slipped up and they said something out of cue? I try to put them in timeout. You think about what you just said now, and we'll give you another chance. And then they pop up with something else, and then you're out. Bam, that's when I whack them. But usually it's a timeout for me, and then a whack. And I had deleted one of her comments that she put up, and that's kind of when she, I believe, left yesterday. I didn't delete, or I didn't whack her or anything, just deleted one of her comments.
Even if it's one of my friends, having a bad day and makes a comment. Of course, I don't have those kind of friends. I don't have any friend that I know real well that is going to attack me anyway, even if they're in a bad mood.
Right.
But even if it's somebody I do know and they're out of hand, I don't know. They could be drunk for that matter.
Right.
I have no idea. Yeah, put them in a timeout. If they don't get it, then just, bounce them out of the room for the day.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I leave that up to you guys, Bill. I don't, it's like when I worked in the prison, I don't micromanage,
Right.
Just give them the tools and let them go.
Right.
You guys know better than me what to do. I'm still new at this,
Right. Well, I'm kind of new too, so Not maybe brand new, but pretty new.
I like how you guys have each other's backs. That's one of the things that really appeals to me of the group is that they're very loyal to one another. You know, you don't have to worry about that backbiting. You know, well, there were moments where, you know, anytime you're into a new friendship or trying to cultivate a friendship, you have to develop trust. That's just part of the growth, you know. So it's nothing. It's same with me. They have to build trust as well. You know, that street runs both ways. And I think once you do that, like a lot of what you guys have already done, then you really know that you have some friends because when you're not around, they're not talking bad about you, and that's really when you really know that you have a real true loyal friend. Is everybody can be nice when you're there, but it's when you're not there, you know, where they separate themselves from the others. But yeah, as far as StreamYard, you know, if you got the money, it doesn't hurt to try it. But if you want, you can go into and try that. Try to milk them. It's 7 days free. But Bill, try to milk them for 7 days, and you know, or maybe even more, like I did. Milk that cow, buddy.
There you go.
You might like it, but you and the wifey will have to decide, of course, what direction, what more can you get out of it than you're getting out of it now. And like Tropical Tim, I believe he said he does it once a week, and he sets that limit so he don't go over, what is it, those 20 hours free.
20 hours,
yeah. And that was nice. It was nice because when he did it too, because you know, that's the first time that I was, you know, I listen and I make comments in everybody's streams, but it's nice to once in a while pull people into your stream, chat with them. You also build that rapport with them, because even though they're in the chat box, you're building a relationship. But I think once they come up into the stream, you kind of get to know each other a little bit more so than just staying down in the chat box.
Right.
That's one of the big reasons why I did it.
Now, both you and I, you know, we're two good-looking guys here. And I notice us good-looking guys, we don't have no little circles or anything. We just pop the booty right up on the screen and show everybody what you know. I didn't brush my beard out today, but this is the old natural, no filters. And then you see some people that you never see their face. It's only the profile circle and whatever. So, I always get a kick out of some of those. Yeah.
I'm still learning it, Bill. I like how you guys, you put them, like if you have three, you're like the screen is evenly divided with you guys straight across. But yet for some reason, I have like two on the top, one on the bottom, and I haven't really played with it, but I'm like, okay, which box am I not clicking properly to get everybody evenly spaced across the screen? You know, 3 in a row. You know, but
I
it'll
sit
come
there. My wife came in a while ago and changed mine. You guys didn't see her finger, but she slipped in like boop, and then everybody went, you know, in a good holding pattern there.
Yeah.
So sometimes she'll change it around. She's messed with it more than I.
Yeah.
So,
and
I kind of get scared to touch. Like, man, if I touch this, it's going to do something, and I don't know how to fix it. And
the thing I don't like about it, Bill, is like now when I'm a guest in somebody else's stream, like yours now, I can't see who's in the chat box. So I can't, as a guest, I can't talk to them because I'm not seeing. I think as I'm learning, I have to go to another device,
Right.
keep the volume down, maybe, and then pull it up, and maybe then I can see it, if I go to YouTube or something, and I can sit and watch,
Right. I hear some people, what they'll do is they'll pop back onto YT, but they're on the Streamyard, but they'll pop on the YT so they still see the chat better.
Oh, so
Is
they're
what I,
so they're
you know how you go to you click on it and it takes you to StreamYard, but then they just go back and leave everything playing on their StreamYard, but they're actually watching it on YT.
oh,
So
yeah,
that's
and
what I
Bill,
hear.
one of the other nice features about it is hi.
It's kind of
Hi,
here.
how are you? But another thing that I like about it is you can stream to multiple platforms. Like I'm going to Facebook as well. YouTube and Facebook, and
Right.
it engages more people. But you were talking earlier about YT or StreamYard, somebody taking away watch hours. You lose some of that view time. But I got to go back and check into that and see and check on that. But I do remember when I was trying to meet the thresholds of YouTube to try to get monetized, and I was really close to the watch hours of 4K watch hours
Right.
for like what appeared to be like a 2 week period. They just kept taking hours away. I would
Yes.
get within 10, I would get within 5, and boom, I'd be back to 10 or 15 short again. They kept
Right.
taking
Exactly.
away, you know?
That was my exact same thing that happened to me.
Yeah.
They're at first, but I was losing them by I lost like 300. It's like what just happened overnight? It's like
Yeah.
what is going on?
Yeah.
It's like they didn't want you to hit that threshold. They wanted you to give up or something. I'm like I'm this close.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I do know this. They sure got once you do and you monetize, they sure got their hands in your pockets.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like 30%. They take 30%,
Right.
Yeah.
And plus, they take a upfront fee to set you up on it or something, and it's like, man, what is going on here?
Oh, yeah. They got to get a piece of the pie. Got to
Right.
eat that pie, baby.
Right. And I always said when I was trying to get monetized, I was like, you know what? They're making a killing off of people like us, and I just want my little slice, I just want my little slither. And then when you make that little slither, they're still chopping at you. It's like, man, what is going on?
Yeah. I did a video. I think it was a stream about maybe 2.5 weeks ago, Bill. It was talking about vlogging, the good, the bad, and the ugly of vlogging. Everybody thinks, oh, I want to be a vlogger because I can make money and this and that. But, most of us won't make big money. It could be as he said, it could be a good a supplemental, if you're, like needing that extra to go out and it could be the difference between eating and not eating. I guess, you can go out and buy yourself a 5 kilo bag of rice for 250 pesos or what have you, depending on where you buy it. But yeah, it's better than nothing, but yeah, there's a lot of negativity, in vlogging. And I didn't realize just how much. See, before I got in, before ECQ bill, I was just canning videos and uploading them. I'd go out in the community, can them, edit them, do what you got to do, upload them, and you don't feel that negativity as much. But yeah, once you get into streaming, then you start dealing with people more. That you see the faces behind the scenes, and and then that's where it can become really challenging at times. But by the same token, when you stumble upon a group like I did, like the group that you're in, that I'm in now, I'd like to think that I'm a part of that group. I feel like that's a reward. There's rewards out there too, and the group is living proof of that. And so there are advantages and positives. So I guess a guy just has to stay focused on that.
The good and the bad.
Yeah. I can't see. Oh yeah, there it is. You've been going for almost 2.5 hours.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, you went over your limit.
There went my limit.
Boss, is it true? But is it true if you go over 2 hours, they take time from you? Is that true?
Since Streamyard, they don't give you a total when like YT. If you do it on there, they pop up. Here's how many hours you got from it. Here's how long the people watch. It tells you stuff. StreamYard, you have to go back into YT, go into your creator deal, and you have to look at it. And it usually doesn't post the next day what kind of watch hours you got from that. So that is what people that have used it and we're trying to get monetized has told me. And so when I was trying to get close, I quit using it just because I didn't want to take no chances. We were trying to get over that hump, and they were taking enough away anyway. So I can't say that is the truth. But I heard it from multiple people, multiple different groups in different areas of the world. So
another thing I like about StreamYard too, Bill, is that they have great tutorial videos out there, a lot of good ones, and they have a live chat person. They have a chat person, not a robot. They do keep U.S. hours, but I forgot where they said where they were from, but it's in the U.S. I believe it is. But anyway, they have that little chat where you can ask them a question, and they're pretty good. I don't have to wait like days. I just have to wait for the right time zone, but they'll pop in and they'll answer my question. And there's been times I had multiple questions and they sat right there and answered them. And I like that part. It's like having an auto mechanic, at the ready right away when you need one. So that part of it's good. They have a good service department as far as trying to get you up and running and help you out. I like that.
Now, have you used their green screen and all that?
Yeah, they
stuff?
need a green screen, but you know what? I just laugh because No, I don't have it right now. What I have is my big banner on the wall, and the green screen. If we weren't locked down, I would have it. If we weren't in lockdown, I would go out. I need to buy a green
tarpaulin.
Maybe not a tarpaulin or something, because I think maybe that's too shiny. It can't be shiny. It has to be a flat color. And once lockdown is over, or if I'm out and about and I stumble upon a place that I shouldn't because they shouldn't be open, I'll get a tablecloth,
Okay.
flat green color, not too dark, not too light, and then hang it, do my thing, set this green screen, and boom, I'm done unless it needs adjustment. Then I can take my computer anywhere and pretty much, I don't have to keep spinning my table around and stuff like that,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are nice. They're not hard to set up. I know Darren plays around with that stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've seen it done.
I
And
know, like Tropical Tim's last night his stream looked so great. I mean, like total. Hey, this guy's professional right here. His looks so sharp.
Mm. It's nice. They're nice because it makes it look more professional. The way I look at it is I don't do it to compete with other people. I do it to compete with myself. I'm always trying to add new pieces. And the reason why I do that is I know that my channel will never be big, and that's not why I do it. First and foremost, the same reason my wife does. You can cultivate really nice friendships through YouTubing, just like you can on Facebook. And and the other reason, especially for me, because of my medical situation, is I don't know if somebody said that it's a diary, and when I check out, those that cared about me can go back and they can look at those videos. They'll be there, and it's a nice keepsake. It's like looking through a video photo album, I'll let the other guys out there, the big guys, worry about doing it, to make money, which is fine. Which is fine. I'm not in criticism of that. Everybody has their own wants and desires. So
Sure.
but it's cool.
That you hit the nail on the head there as far as the diary part. That was our 100% motive to start doing blogging and posting it on YouTube and getting our channel going, because when we were deciding to make that move, I knew I was going to come here and I was going to have too much free time.
Mm-hmm.
I needed something to keep me busy, keep me doing something, so I didn't become a bed potato or something, and so the kids could have it, or the family. They don't necessarily have to call us up and, hey, how are you guys doing? What are you guys doing this week? Well, here it is. Here's what we've been doing. Here, check us out.
Yeah.
Follow us on here. You see what we're doing daily.
Yeah, it's real nice.
Yeah.
My sister, I was listening to E. He says he has a really good, tight family unit back in the States, and that's awesome. That's the way it should be. Family should be tight, but unfortunately, mine isn't. There's 5 of us, siblings, and there's 4 boys and the 1 female. And my sister is a year older than me, and she's my biggest supporter. She's got me on, and she'll put me on her big screen TV and watch the live streams when she can, when she can. But unfortunately, I don't come from the same tight family unit that the legend does, which is awesome. I yearn for that. I wish that I had that, but I don't. I have people that treat me better than some of my own kin,
Right.
and people that I've never met before, face to face. You know, um, I'll just tell you a real quick story. A friend of mine from Canada, when we found out I had my situation, he started doing this fundraiser thing. I didn't really want it because I'm old school, and I never asked. I never asked for anything. Makes me feel uncomfortable. But he did it anyway. I didn't fight him on it. I said okay. I said, but as it went, I found it to be embarrassing because it was my picture. It was it was my face. It was my name tied to it, and I felt like a beggar on the street, and it felt real uncomfortable because of the way I was brought up. And I eventually said, hey, I really appreciate where your heart's at, but let's stop this. It doesn't feel right, and it brought in little less than little less than 400 USD, and I used that medicine. I used that money to get me going on my medication. I wasn't able to get my procedure done, but then we were looking, and a dog needed like a surgery or something, and they raised 10,000 USD for the dog. So to the dog, shout out, kudos, buddy. Good on you. So the dog got its operation, and Billy Boy got a bag full of candy, pink, white, red, yellow. But it's all good,
It's the way it works sometimes, right? Whatever, different people, their heartstrings are pulled by different things, and it's definitely weird to see some of them.
Yeah, my friend that said that said, "Geez, Bill, I apologize." I said, "What for?" He said, "I should have did a fundraiser for a dog." Because like you said, there's a lot of pet lovers out there, and dogs are like everybody's friend if you treat them right. They're your they can be your most loyal friend. And a lot of people, are very warm-hearted. They think of their dogs as family members. Not just dogs. They're an extended member of the family. They are a part of the family. And I remember when my sister's dog got out. It was a black lab, beautiful black lab, very intelligent. Whenever it wanted to go for a walk, it would go get its leash, pick it up with its mouth, and carry it to my sister, and off they would go. It was real smart. And anyway, the screen door was left open one night, and it wasn't latched. In Wisconsin, you can go to bed with your doors, open, screen, back in the day, and it pushed against the screen door and got out in the middle of the night, and it ended up getting hit by a truck. And my sister cried for weeks. I mean, for weeks, It was really sad to see that, because while I like animals, I never got attached to animals that close, because when I grew up and I moved from Detroit, Michigan to the farm at 12 years of age, they to me became more like a resource, or a livelihood, not a pet. Even the horses we rode, I never got attached to them because I knew that they were there for a reason, but I probably have a different look at that now that I'm older, but yeah, a lot of people get attached to animals, whatever it is, Hell, I remember, Bill, when I was a child, when I was a kid, I was old enough to remember my goldfish dying, and my dad flushed it down the toilet, and I cried like a baby. You would have thought the Detroit Lions lost.
Right. They probably did too, but
They probably did too, yeah. It was a double loss day.
Double whammy. Well, if it was on Thanksgiving Day, they probably lost. So.
Yeah. No doubt. So anyway, so yeah, I don't know how long you're gonna run for. I don't want to take up all of your.
So we'll probably go ahead and wind it down and get off here. Don't know who else might be on and going. It's 2:45 already.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
very nice.
yeah. We'll have to get some lunch.
Yeah, no doubt.
Late for breakfast, get that lunch going, and then see what else happens today. See what else goes on live, and enjoy some more streaming somewhere. So, but
I can't see who's in the chat box for reasons I explained earlier, but
right.
I just want to say hi to them. Shout them out. You guys take care. Stay happy, stay healthy. And Bill, thanks for letting me into your stream. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming up. And really enjoy talking to you each and every time, my friend.
Likewise. Ditto. All right. Can you do me the honor? I want to feel what it feels like being ejected. Can you hit the ejection button?
Here you go.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Yeah, and there is that was Bill from POD, Philippines on Demand. So if you guys haven't been over to his channel yet, he runs an excellent channel. Way better live stream than myself. Trust me on that one. You should check him out. He always posts his times and different things that he's doing ahead of time and topics. He doesn't do random ones like I jump on here and just, hey, I wonder what everybody thinks. Let me come up with this subject. Let me talk about this. But thank you guys for hanging out. I see Tim just joined us, and we are about to break free. Martin, thank you for hanging out with us so long. Appreciate you guys. And everybody else is in. I thought my wife was going to be in this stream with me. I've seen her pop in a few times in the stream. That's Have Mercy. But I thought she was going to come and share the chair with me here, but she never stayed around. But yeah, I appreciate you guys checking out Bill's channel, and thank you for all the comments and stuff. Again, today we talked about whether or not to do Streamyard like I'm on, and also we talked a little bit about there at the beginning. We talked about switching jobs or careers and different things like that. So, and a few other topics along the way. We never have one of those. We stick to the fire, to the burner, and we got to keep talking about the same thing the entire show. So, but we appreciate everybody that came by today and spending time with us, and hopefully you enjoyed some of this. If you have, please come back next time or another time. Don't expect for you guys to be here every time, but don't be a stranger. Come on by. Come on, hang out with us. And if I'm doing the StreamYard, feel free to come on up and join us and maybe introduce yourself if we don't know you firsthand. So we'd like to meet new people. Again, we're here in the Philippines, and we're down here in Mindanao, and it's a hot one today of 98 degrees. That's why I got that bad boy right there blowing. And I'm in a small room that is a little easier to keep cool. But again, we appreciate everybody. Salamat. Thank you for for spending some time with us today, and maybe we'll see you on someone else's show later on today. Till next time, guys, check out the Rileys. Appreciate you.